See what nonsense is in store for today.
Did the president address at all Congresswoman Jayapal's comments in his meeting with Herzog?
Say that one more time.
Did the president have to address Congresswoman Jayapal's comment that Israel is a racist state?
What do you mean had to address?
Come up at all in the conversation with President Herzog?
I mean, they're currently having a conversation right now in the bilateral.
To address it, did it come up in his call with Netanyahu yesterday?
I mean, the president has been very clear, right? And I kind of stated this at the beginning. The United States and Israel's relationship is a special one. There's a special bond, there's a commitment, and it is a commitment to Israel's right to exist, Israel's security, and its legitimacy. I mean, that's one of the reasons that the president spoke to Prime Minister yesterday and is having this important meeting with the Israeli president. They're going to have a conversation on how we continue to grow that special relationship. As I just laid out, 75 years of Israel's independence is being celebrated this year, and we think it's important to continue that relationship.
The reason I ask is because yesterday Kirby had said that you guys were glad that she apologized, but what we didn't hear was any condemnation of her comment from the White House. Does the White House condemn that comment?
Look, the apology was the right thing to do, and we've been very clear when it comes to anti-Semitism. This administration and the entire Biden-Harris administration have been clear that when Israel is singled out because of anti-Jewish hate, that's anti-Semitism, and that is unacceptable. One of the reasons, and I just said this moments ago, back in May, the president put forward a comprehensive plan on how to counter anti-Semitism. It is something that is its first of a kind strategy that we've not seen before, and it is comprehensive and is ambitious.
No.
So you already have seen the commitment from this president on how to deal with an issue that we feel is incredibly unacceptable. So we've been clear on our record. We've been clear on speaking against anti-Semitism throughout this administration when we see it.
So the White House does condemn that comment?
I mean, I just said if any time anti-Jewish hatred is said, that is anti-Semitism, and we find it to be unacceptable. But at the same time, we think it's important.
What the hell is that shit?
That the Congresswoman did indeed apologize for her comments, and we're glad to see it.
Didn't hear whether it was a yes or a no to that question, but in another vein, there's a vote happening in the House today, a resolution saying that Israel's not a racist state or an apartheid state. Does the White House want to see strong support for that resolution?
First of all, we condemn anti-Semitism. Anytime there is any anti-Jewish hate, we condemn it. We've been very clear. That is answering your question. As it relates to anything that's going on the House, I refer you to the House, but again, I cannot be more clear. You have the president right now meeting with the president of Israel, a very important meeting that they're having. They're doing a bilat right now. And one of the things that the president's going to make very clear is the special bond and our commitment to Israel. And it is unwavering, it is unshakable, and the president finds that relationship again very deep. And it started when he first walked into government.
Oh my God.
And I'm sorry to push on it.
We just went back and forth.
Democrats don't want to take action against other Democrats when they have to apologize for something like this. There has been criticism.
We just said that we're glad that she apologized. Congresswoman Jayapal did indeed apologize. And we have been very clear. Anytime Israel is singled out with anti-Jewish hate, which is indeed anti-Semitism, it is unacceptable. It is unacceptable. You have an administration that has put forth a comprehensive plan to counter anti-Semitism, something that we have not seen in this way from any other administration.
What?
That shows the president's commitment to this issue. I'm going to move on. Go ahead, Andrew.
Thank you, Karine. Two questions. Is the president satisfied with the pace at which Afghan allies are being processed to enter the U.S.? There are a lot of folks who were left behind, who were in third countries, who served with the U.S. during the years we were there, and they're still waiting. Is he satisfied? And would he push the Senate to include the Afghan Adjustment Act in their version of the NDAA? And then I have a second question.
You don't understand. Ugh, this is so silly.
What I can say is our commitment continues to stand, all right, to make sure that we take care of the folks who helped us during the longest war in this country that we have seen, that we have supported. And the work continues. The work is going to continue. Any specifics on data, any specifics on how fast it's moving and where we are currently, I would certainly refer you to the State Department.
And then on what the former president said on his social media site today, has President Biden asked for any sort of intelligence estimate or inquired as to preparations for potential violence in reaction to any further indictments of the former president?
It does appear that there's a hesitation to confer a White House meeting on Netanyahu based on just a lack of willingness to be explicit about that. I mean, I would imagine the Prime Minister will also be at the United Nations General Assembly, and that would be another potential venue that would fall into what you were describing yesterday. Is there any reason why the White House wouldn't make it explicit that a White House invitation has been extended?
I mean,
Nice.
you just laid out there's potential other opportunities for the two leaders to meet with each other. As I've stated, the details are going to be worked out by the different teams on what that's going to look like and where that's going to be. But they have committed to meeting and seeing each other in the United States later this year. I just don't have a specific on location. It's going to be worked out, and as soon as we know, we'll certainly share it with all of you.
I don't know, man. Like, just think about it.
Through how the president was notified about the North Korean incident, and if that generated any kind of a separate meeting for him, or was it part of the PDB? Something like this is certainly unusual, so if there's any detail you could give us about how that came about.
That's a very good. No! I can tell you for sure that clearly the president has been briefed, obviously. This is a type of incident that he would be briefed on, as you all know. I don't have the specifics if it was part of his PDB or a separate briefing, but certainly this is something that the president is watching very closely and will be kept updated.
Should we anticipate a call to South Korea or other partners in the region as a result of this?
So one thing I can say is that I don't have any calls to read out to anybody that the president's going to be calling specifically in either North Korea or South Korea. I can say that as it relates to our partners, we have been engaging certainly with Sweden and South Korea, but I don't have any calls to lay out specifically for the president.